Good morning. This is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me for another Wildstar video. In my last video, I said I was going to discuss Life at 50 for current Wildstar players, but a comment from a viewer got me to look at the Level 10 Protogames Academy. If in my last video about the tutorial, I sounded like I was implying the Wildstar devs don't know how to communicate information to new players, then I sounded wrong. The Protogames Academy expertly teaches players about Wildstar's group combat. The dungeon is broken into arenas. In the first, the players fight a series of enemies with a bunch of interrupt armor, and mostly just channel a big FU spell if they aren't interrupted. This requires the party to learn to use their interrupts or die. The first encounter introduces this concept and the moment of opportunity. Once the moment fades, the boss knocks everyone back and starts the process over. But it also triggers a random CC effect. You repeat this process until the boss dies. In addition to mechanically teaching players how interrupt armor works, and what a moment of opportunity is, and how to react to knockdown, tether, and disarm, it also explicitly teaches these things with the voiceover prompts.
Can these contestants coordinate their interrupt skills to stop this enemy's attack? Either way, it's sure to be entertaining. The contestants succeeded in interrupting their foe and have a moment of opportunity for bonus damage. When life kicks you down, use dash to get back on your feet. It's like a can of delicious Zubble Bubble Cola for your feet. Feeling a bit tied down? Destroy the tether anchor and you'll be free.
Remember the importance of interrupting your foes, contestants, but this time there's a new challenge. Don't stand in the red.
The second encounter adds telegraphs that are easy to dodge, but massively unforgiving. You will learn not to stand in telegraphs, or you will die. The final encounter in this arena adds a bit of awareness and requires you to locate a safe zone when prompted. You have plenty of time to figure out where the safe zone is and get there, but if ignored, it will kill you instantly. In all cases, the group must interrupt and stay out of the red, or repeat the encounter until this lesson is learned. The voiceover continues to reinforce these points.
It's important to understand your individual roles as part of a dynamic and deadly group. And for the Protostar Corporation, it's important to understand how best to market to that same group. It's a win-win. This next room tests your ability to perform in your intended role. Let's get started!
The second arena teaches roles by eliminating long casts and interrupts. Instead, the focus is on the tank holding threat and facing the target away from their team. In the first encounter, an additional target spawns that must be killed before it can explode. This teaches the DPS to watch their surroundings, and it can teach the tank that they can position the primary target on top of additional targets to keep damage up, though that trick is not given in voiceover. The second encounter adds a telegraph that covers 3/4 of the room, requiring everyone to move to a safe spot. This is a pretty forgiving telegraph, but it will kill you if you just stand in it for its entire duration. Additional targets will also spawn that require the tank to learn how to pick up adds before they kill his healer. The final encounter in this arena will shield himself from damage, requiring the tank to move it into a marked position on the map to break the shield. This entire arena primarily serves to teach the tank how to fulfill their role in Wildstar dungeons.
It's time for your final review, contestants. This will be your most difficult test yet. Remember everything you've learned.
The third and final arena introduces the first real boss, and combines everything you should have learned. He has an attack that telegraphs on the tank that must be faced away from the group. He has an attack that telegraphs on a non-tank that must be positioned away from other players. He has an attack that must be interrupted, requiring your group to recognize when they can interrupt and when they can't. He has a phase where he rains death from above, and everyone has to dodge telegraphs instead of worrying about doing damage or tanking. And he also has a phase where he summons a bunch of adds that both need to be picked up before they can murder the healer, and be killed by the DPS before they can explode. Voice warnings are limited in this encounter, meaning all players need to learn to pay attention to what's going on around them. Protogames Academy is a fantastically designed group tutorial. It also has good gear, and offers a staggering amount of experience points. Players have every reason to run it, meaning queues pop, and new players learn the basics of group mechanics ahead of the first real dungeons at level 20. I don't think any other MMO on the market has a group tutorial like this, and if they do, I can't imagine that it's this crisp and well designed. Everyone involved in this dungeon should be very proud of what they've created. The only thing missing is a healing encounter, something with unavoidable damage that requires the healer to keep everyone topped off, hopefully teaching the players to stand together for AoE healing. I had to nitpick somewhere. It's what I do. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. You can subscribe to the channel to be notified when new videos are added, and you can follow me on Twitter at itsboats for whatever ridiculousness comes off the top of my head. I still have a Life at 50 video that I plan to make, so I'm not quite done with Wildstar yet. Have a great day.